Good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 116 of the Ask the Coach show, where PingSkills answers your table tennis questions. Because it's Wednesday, we'll be discussing a drill of the week. We'll talk about the World Championships, and in the questions, we'll talk about coaching new players, the ready position, and what makes a shot a finisher. Plus, we'll talk about how to deal with losing cheap points. I'm Jeff Plum, and as always, Super Coach Alois Rosario is here with me to answer your questions. Welcome, Alois.
Good morning, Jeff, and it's been a good night in table tennis. The first rounds of the men's singles and women's singles at the World Championships, and some interesting results happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, let's get in and talk about some of these, Alois.
Yeah, so I think so. In the men's singles, I think one of the highlights for me is that there are 5 choppers left in the second round of the men's singles. So Panagiotis from Greece, Jusei Hyuk, Chen Wei Jing, Muramatsu from Japan, and the Hungarian Patantius, all left in the second round of the men's singles. 5 choppers. I don't think we've seen that for a little while. So, we talked a little bit last week about are choppers making a bit of a comeback? Well, maybe it'll be just interesting to see how far these 5 can go.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it, to see some choppers back? So what other news? Ma Long and Timo Boll, a great doubles pairing. How did they fare?
Yeah, well, as we said, they had a tough draw. So coming up in the second round against Zhu Xin and Zhangzi Ke, took the first 2 games, but then went down 4-2. So I was just watching some of the match back on ITTV. It was good to see. I mean, some fantastic table tennis, good rallies. But in the end, I think that the Chinese pairing just a little bit strong in the overall rally. Just the firepower of Zhangzi Ke and Zhu Xin, and again the left-hand right-hand combination works really well. So I think they're going to be really hard to beat. And we talked a lot about the seedings for the doubles and how difficult it is to do, and to bear that out, the number 1 seeds, Chen Hongqia and Wang Shengsheng from Taipei, went down. So they're out and lost to a Polish pair, Digis and Gorak from Poland. So, number 1 seeds out. Also, the winners from the last World Championships, so the current title holders, the other Taipei pair, gone.
Wow, so I guess that opens up the field then. Now, I wonder, subconsciously, does Ma Long play a little bit off his best when playing against the Chinese pair?
Yeah, it's always hard to tell, isn't it? But I mean, it looked like he was putting in good effort. But yeah, subconsciously somewhere maybe, And so Liu Guoliang is in the Chinese corner. Jörg Rofshoff in Ma Long and Timo Boll's corner. So, Liu Guoliang knows a fair bit about Ma Long. Surely was able to tie him up in some way.
There you go. Oh, well, interesting results. So I guess we look forward to more matches tomorrow.
Yes, so more matches continuing on the 29th, which is Wednesday. The next round of singles and doubles. So it'll be all interesting again. And I mean, this ITTV with 8 channels, it's a little bit confusing. I don't know which channel to watch. I sort of get on, have a look at the draw and think, oh, that looks all right. And you're keeping up with the live scoring and you're switching between, you end up watching all 8 channels and trying to work out which match is best to watch. So, yes, certainly a nice problem to have. Which table tennis match do you watch?
Absolutely, good work from the ITTF there. All right, Alois. In a related note, yesterday's PingSkills question of the day was, what was your favourite match of the day at the World Championships?
Yeah, so I think for me, first up, the doubles second round between Bol Malong, Zhang Jike and Zhu Xin, just because, I think it's close to being the final. I think both of those pairs, given different draws, could have made the final. So, for me, that was the highlight match of the day. What about you, Jeff? Did you
very good?
have any
Yeah. I mean, just from an Australian point of view, David Powell's match, unfortunately, he went down, but always good to see an Australian in the main draw. So well done to David Powell.
Yeah, so he played Chiang Hung Chia from Taipei, who was the number one seed for the doubles, and went down 4-1. Took the third game 11-9, lost the second game 11-9. So competitive and really good to see from David Powell from the Australian point of view. Indeed. And the other interesting thing, I know we've got a lot of viewers from India. So 3 Indians making it through to round 2 in the men's singles. So they're all in the bottom, bit of the draw too. So they're all in there together. They'll all have tough next matches, but if they end up getting through, they end up playing each other. So you never know.
There you go. All right. So the PingSkills question of the day is, what is your favorite drill? So let us know when you're training, what is your favorite drill? Just go to the website, pingskills.com, click on the blog link and leave a note to let us know. And Alois, that moves us on, because it's Wednesday, it's drill of the week. And today we're talking about the PingSkills drill.
Yeah, so this is a drill that I like. It's a 4-ball drill, and it's quite complex to start off with. So it's probably not something you do as a first drill when you're starting off. But the PingSkills drill is you're playing a backhand from the backhand corner, forehand from the middle, then a backhand from the backhand corner, and then you move out wide to your forehand to play the 4th ball. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this drill because there's a bit of switching involved, and it's really game-like, So it's making the decision between playing that ball in the middle there and trying to utilize your forehand when you can, and then also being able to move out wide. It's also good for being able to hold your balanced position. So being able to be in that balanced position so that you can play on both sides evenly. So so that's why I like the PingSkills drill. And it's a drill that you should give a try and try to utilize it in your training sessions. So we've got a free download of all the training drills. And if you look on there, you can go through and pick out the drills that you want to use in your training session, but give the PingSkills drill a try.
Absolutely. And like you said, our premium members can access the training secrets videos, which go through drills and how they're helpful. It's a really good section to help you improve your game. So if you're not a premium member, consider joining. Not only do we have the training secrets, we've got serving secrets, receiving secrets, a 52-week training plan, plus related masterclasses, all sorts of things to help you improve your game. So try out the premium membership at pingskills.com. The other thing with this drill, Alois, although it is quite complicated, like you said, for a 4-ball drill, it actually ends up being quite simple because there's not a lot of movement, but it does get you into that switching. And because the first 2 balls are close together, you get a chance to recover. So try it out and you'll see what I mean. But yeah, really good drill. All right, let's move on to the questions, Alois. First up, we have a question from Brock, who's jumped on and used the Google Q&A app to ask a question, which anyone can do by going to plus.google.com/pluspingskills. Now, Brock says, do you have any tips on different serves that I can do in variations?
Yeah, so Brock, there's billions of serves that you can try. So one of the things to develop your serve is just a bit of experimentation. So throw your bat at the ball in a different way. See what works, and you might come up with something different. But some of the serves that we talk about are the pendulum serve, the tomahawk serve, the backhand serve, the reverse pendulum serve, the reverse tomahawk serve. So there's lots and lots of serves out there, but it's a matter of finding one that suits your game and gives you back the ball that you're looking for as well. So yeah, give a few of those serves a try and see how you go, Brocky.
Excellent. And if someone hasn't really done a lot of serving before, I guess the tomahawk, the backhand, and the pendulum are all good serves to learn.
Yeah, they're probably the three that you'd start with, and then you could try a few of the reverse serves as well. So yeah, give those three a try.
Perfect. All right. Next up, question from Nigel. Nigel says, I help out at a coaching session for youngsters. A new girl started, and all she seems interested in is hitting the ball flat and hard. I try and suggest the salute action and play the ball with a little less force, but she is not happy. Any suggestions?
Yeah, difficult one, Nigel, difficult. So first up, you got to understand that these kids aren't necessarily on the same page as you with the coaching. Let them have a little bit of freedom with what they want to do. Hopefully, she will start to come to some realizations that what you're telling her is the right way to go and the right way to improve. Maybe throwing her into some games and letting her play some games and letting her play some of the better players and seeing that what she's doing doesn't hold up in a game situation. But also just encourage that consistency. I wouldn't even bother with the salute or the proper forehand technique to start off with. I'd focus on getting the ball on the table and trying to just encourage her to build confidence in getting the ball on the table a few times. Now, you said that she doesn't like just being consistent. She wants to hit the ball hard. Set up some challenges for her. Use the consistency chart that we have on the site. Draw up how many times that or how many balls that she gets on the table in a row in this session. Next session, get her to try and beat that score. So just those simple sort of things just to try to focus her on what you're trying to focus on as well. But ultimately, don't push too hard because, one, you're going to frustrate yourself. And two, if you're just trying to force her to do something, she's just going to say, oh, I don't really want to play. And then she's not going to be playing in 6 months. Preserve yourself as well. Don't get too frustrated with those sort of players. Just let them play a little bit, let them develop. If in 6 months' time she's still playing, then you've done a great job.
Excellent advice there, Alois. Yeah. It can be difficult not to get too involved, but pretty sound advice there. So good luck with that, Nigel. Hopefully that helps you out in your situation, and well done for helping out coach the youngsters. All right, next question is from Guy. And Guy says, what is the most effective height of the arm for being ready for the ball so I can hit the ball as low as possible? Should my arm be at the same height as the table, below the table, above the table?
Yeah, so Guy, the thing is, you need to react to what type of ball's coming to you. So we show you in our lessons on the strokes the starting position for each shot. So if you're thinking about a forehand counter hit, for example, our starting position is down beside us, around about at hip height to be able to play that shot. If you're thinking about blocking, then perhaps you want to get the ball up, the bat up a little bit higher so you can come forward. But it's more about just executing your shots correctly with the correct starting position. So take a look through our strokes and techniques section and have a look at the different starting positions we've got for each of the strokes. They're really crucial to making sure the stroke itself is correct and that you're doing the stroke correctly. So yeah, my best advice would be to go through the strokes and techniques section and just go through some of those lessons.
All right, excellent. So try that out, Guy, and let us know if it helps you out. Next up is a question from Romeo. And Romeo asks, what makes a shot a finisher? I've arrived to the conclusion that three things make a shot powerful: speed, spin, and placement. I think there is more to it than these three things. Are there any other factors that makes a shot powerful?
Yeah, so when we're talking about powerful, I'm reading that it's the most effective shot that you're looking for. So those three things that you've identified are the three main things: speed, spin, and placement. Now, one common fallacy that we see a lot is that more speed is better, more spin is better. Not necessarily. Sometimes, if you play a slower shot with less spin, it can be more effective or more powerful. So, thinking about each shot, each particular situation that you're in, where your opponent is, what you've done previously, there's lots and lots of things to think about. But if you're varying the spin, speed, and placement of a stroke, then you're going to start to make your strokes more effective. If you always play fast, your opponent's going to get used to that. If you always play with a whole lot of spin, your opponent's going to get used to that. If you always play to the same position, your opponent's going to get used to that. So it's a variation, so varying the spin, varying the speed, and varying where you're hitting the ball to, the placement, is what makes your strokes effective or more powerful.
Indeed. And I guess the most extreme example of a shot that's not powerful but is really effective would be the drop shot. If your opponent's way back in the back of the court and you just do a little drop shot and win the point.
Yeah, that's a good one, Jeff, because yes, it hasn't got a lot of power as far as speed or spin to it, but the placement is the thing that wins you the point because it's close to the net. So just that variation of those things will make you a better table tennis player.
Great. All right. Excellent question, Romeo, and good to see you thinking about these things. It really helps you to improve. So keep up the good work, Romeo. Next up is a question from Ilya, who's also jumped online, used the Google Q&A app. So thanks for doing that. We love getting questions live on the show. Now, Ilya says, I don't get frustrated when an opponent outsmarts or overpowers me. But when I lose cheap points, it drives me mad, especially when the ball was high. I was in position and I missed the table. It makes me feel like all of my training is wasted. How do I cope with that?
Yes, that is frustrating, isn't it? But it's just a matter of becoming a little bit more consistent with all of your shots. Sometimes we try too hard, So in that previous question, we talked about trying to play or playing fast all the time. Sometimes when you've got an opportunity and the ball's high and the eyes light up and we try to hit the ball too hard. So sometimes it's just a matter of getting that ball on the table a little bit more. And it can be frustrating if you miss easy shots or shots that you consider to be easy. But it's just perseverance. You just got to keep working on it, keep going with what you're doing, keep trying to improve that little area of your game. It'll get better, but don't try not to get frustrated. I mean, everyone makes those easy mistakes. I mean, you have a look at 5 minutes of the World Championships, and you'll see players getting frustrated with themselves because they're missing what they consider to be easy balls. So it happens. It's just trying to reduce the number of simple errors that you make in a match situation.
Yeah, exactly. In this situation, for me, when I missed the high ball, to avoid getting frustrated, I would kind of think in my head, hold on, you've played that point really perfectly. You've got into a great position. You would have won that point if you just had made that last smash. So take all the positives. If you keep playing like that and getting into that position every point, you're going to win the match. So I kind of try to turn the situation into a positive and say, look, you've done everything right. Okay, you missed the last one, but you're on the right track. Keep going with that style of play.
nice philosophy, Jeff. I like it. That's a really good way of looking at it and turning it into a positive.
Excellent. All right. So Ilya, try that. Try and turn it into a positive, and try to stay calm and think of all the good things that happened in the point. Thanks for the question, and good luck with that situation in the future. All right, that wraps up episode 116. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to visit pingskills.com, and if you haven't, sign up for our free newsletter. Make sure you try out the PingSkills drill of the week and check out some table tennis on ITTV. Check out the World Championships. Thanks for watching, and thank you, Alois.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. And these eyes are going to get worse and worse over the next week, I can see, because I'm going to be trying to catch as much of the World Championships as I can. All right. See you tomorrow.
All right. See you all tomorrow. Bye.